Hi, this is Val with Living Divine. If you are new to my channel, welcome. And if you've been here before, welcome back. I want to first apologize for not being able to do the live earlier today. What actually happened was I was logging on to my computer to do the live, and I start getting like these blue lines in the screen of the computer. And, when I thought I fixed that, I logged back on, and all of a sudden I had blue screen. So I had to quickly get up on my phone and put a message that I was not going to be able to do the live. So I apologize for that. I'm one of those people that when I commit to something that I like to see it through. I know that life happens, and it is what it is. But I did want to do this video so I can kind of address some of the questions or concerns you guys had in reference to your current weight loss, and to support you in being able to keep pushing. And if you fall and get back up, it is what it is, So I want to talk to you about that first. Real quick, I posted a picture of me on one of my comments, and I got several questions about my eyes looking red. So you guys, I am actually functioning most days, which is not good. So I know y'all gonna be saying that you need your sleep, but I function most days on about 4 hours of sleep, maybe 4.5. With getting this business off the ground, trying to get in shape, dealing with rental properties, and kind of moving a lot. We have a lot of moving pieces right now. Me being able to sleep long periods of time is very difficult. Ron can sleep. Ron can sleep 8 hours. I'm amazed that he can do it. My brain constantly goes, right? So I might go to sleep, like right now, it's 11:45. I will actually upload this video so it can post on Sunday morning, but it is 11:45. When I get off this video, I'm going to go to sleep, but I have to be back up at 4 o'clock because I actually have to go out of town to deal with some rental property. So I am constantly moving. I committed to doing these videos in reference to the weight loss, and it's so important to get your health back. So I did want to come on here and just do this quick video and answer these questions and prep for the live for next week. So currently my weight loss, I've lost 15 pounds. I'm a little disappointed in that, even though that's a nice bit of weight to lose, but I was pretty much doing just protein until I switched it up and did protein and veggies toward the end. So to me, I should have been at 20. That's only 5 pounds difference, but 5 pounds makes a difference when you get to a certain size. So I'm going to keep pushing, even though I was a little bit disappointed. But with that said, I am happy that I lost at least 15 pounds. One of the questions or comments that I got is there's concern about the scale not moving, not being able to lose weight. So here is some courageous conversation in reference to that. You really need to track how much food you are eating, because if you're not losing weight, either you're eating too much food, and bottom line is you are eating too much food, and if food could be high in calories. Like you might think you're eating small portions, but the food that you're actually taking in has a lot of calories. So I'm gonna say focus on the foods that you are eating, and it might be that you can't do snacks. Like I said, snacks are more of a habit. It's not a necessity, and I love snacks, so I'm not knocking them. I'm just telling you what I know in reference to snacks. But you might have to cut off snacks. You really need to look at the intake that you're taking in as far as the calories. Like how many calories are you taking in per day? Are you counting the snacks that you're taking in? Are you really checking in reference to how food's being cooked? So there's a plethora of things as to what would stop you from losing weight. But the bottom line is, if you lose, or if you're at a 3,500 calorie deficit, you will lose a pound. Ideally, if you could be at a 500 pound deficit per day, by the end of the week, you could lose by 2.5 pounds. And that really depends upon, of course, if you're exercising, it could be more. For me, because I do exercise, it's usually always more. I really don't do carbs, so I focus or make my body actually use my fat for energy. So there's a couple of things that we can tweak. But in order for me to kind of help you individually, I need to know probably more of what you are actually doing per day. Like, what are you taking in per day? How much weight, how much do you weigh? And I know for some people those were uncomfortable conversations, but that's the only way you're going to be able to assess what you need to do or what you need to tweak in reference to your diet. Now, it doesn't have to be me, as far as who you talk to in reference to that. I mean, it could just be you. You could just, want to deal with it on your own, which I understand. But you need to look at kind of lay out or keep track of, and I'm not saying doing it all the time, but keep track of what you're taking in per day. And again, the biggest advice I can tell you is to prep your meals. And if you don't have time for prepping, there's places that you can actually buy food that actually preps them for you. Now, to me, those places are a little costly. And because I like, a variety of things sometimes, I really don't like going there, but there's tons of great places that you can order food from for the week where the food is ready. The biggest failure to diets is when you don't have good food options available at the time. So for me, prepping, I always prep on weekends. Prepping is key to weight loss. Anytime, honestly, I have not gained weight, it's usually because I have not prepped my food. Because I'm running and then I just grab something. When I am full, I don't have that same issue, right? Another thing is when you're eating, try to drink at least a glass or two of water per meal. Ideally, you want to drink a gallon of water per day. But it might help you stay full longer if while you're eating, you're drinking water at the same time. So you can, kind of stretch your stomach or satisfy those hunger cravings. So that might help also as far as your weight loss. Also, check your sodium intake. When you take in a lot of sodium, the body holds water. And of course, water is weight. So if you're stepping on the scale and you're doing everything else right, it could be that you're having an issue with sodium. Now, I will tell you, as far as menopause, and I get this a lot, yo, I'm dead in the center of menopause. I'm actually having a hot flash now. I am hot, like hot. But still, you can work with that and lose weight. You can deal with that body fat and that stomach fat that comes with, menopause or whatever. But you're going to have to deal with, again, the carbs. You're going to have to really work on kind of bringing your stress levels down, because what happens is when you have more cortisol in your body, that the stress causes cortisol, which makes it harder to lose that extra fat. So, and that's the same thing when you do these long, exhaustive cardios. You need to actually pick up some weight. It helps with muscle density. It helps you burn fat and use calories longer. So do some cardio, absolutely, because it's great for the heart. But then pick up some weights and let's do some exercises. And again, I think someone asked me about doing some exercises. I'm still trying to figure out how to do that on video. Somebody gave me a suggestion just to video an exercise and then do a voiceover. So I think that's what I'm going to do, but I will start it next week. Also, you guys, a gym opened up close to me. Thank God. Even though I have this gym that I'm working out in at the house, because Ron and I are starting this business, in the mornings when I'm working out, he's at the desk, looking for properties, looking for additional locations for our restaurants. So he hears me on the machine, usually when I'm on the Peloton, but he'll hear me be like, oh, shit, because I got my earphones on and I'm just cussing or whatever while I'm working out. And, he's at the desk looking like, the whole time. So I'm trying not to disturb him at the same time, I work out. But anyway, so I'm going to start going back to the gym, but I will still be able to do exercise, give you exercise tips here at the house. So if you have any questions, like specific areas that you want to work out, absolutely let me know. But just as a reminder, you can't spot reduce. Like you can't, I know people say all the time, well, I'm focusing on my stomach. And usually they're focusing on the fat. And exercising is not going to lifting weights is not going to get rid of the fat. Fat drops where it drops. You need to actually focus on your diet to do that. But absolutely, you can work out to tone. So when you drop the fat, you'll see all those nice muscles and curves, which is why I actually lift weights. And again, it does some really great benefits for me. So in reference to from this point on my diet, like I said, my goal is to continue to eat protein and eat as many veggies as possible. So what I'm going to do just to kind of get everything moving is I'm going to up my veg. Like every meal I have, I will probably have 2 cups of veggies with that. So it'll be like 2 cups of veggies in reference to, let's say 2 cups of broccoli or 2 cups of asparagus or, whatever fibrous veggies I choose to have. And then it'll be a very lean protein. So I will do that 2 or 3 times a day to help to continue to push, get everything out of my system and continue to drop this fat and force my body to deal with the actual fat that I have. One of the things that I find that people struggle with in reference to like I struggle with, let me say that. In reference to getting like smaller carbs is your body still craves carbs. Now, right now, my body's not craving carbs at all, but that's because I went cold turkey about 3 weeks ago in reference to the carbs. Like I literally stopped eating carbs about 3 weeks ago. Now the first 3 or 4 days was very, very difficult. And I'm gonna be real honest, it is not easy. Once you get over that hump, it's fine. The thing about when you cut out carbs is, eventually at some point, let's say after the 12 weeks or whatever, you're going to want to go back to carbs, right? Go back to some carbs. I'm going to say there's nothing wrong with that. Just do it in moderation. The problem is once you've been a long time without carbs and you start eating carbs, then you overindulge in carbs. So it's real easy to do a bounce back as far as starting to gain weight again. So I'm going to say do it in moderation. If you go back to carbs or when you go back to carbs, do that in moderation. So that's absolutely my plan. So another question I had or a comment I had in reference to just the exercising. Again, you guys, you don't have to go outside and be in the heat to exercise. You can walk in place or do jumping jacks at the house in the cool and still burn just as many calories. I don't know if it'll be as much fun. For me, I hate working out in the sun, just absolutely hate it. So even when I'm on the bike or in the gym, I probably have 2 fans on me. I know people think I'm a little bougie with that, but it is what it is. I don't like sweating. But if you can't go out and outside and work out in the house, but do something to get the body moving. All that will do is accelerate your weight loss. So again, those are the biggest tips I have. Prep your food. Get a good working knowledge of how many calories you're taking in per day. Drink water. Try to drink 2 glasses of water with every meal. Try to stop eating 2 hours before you go to bed, if at all possible. I suggest you stay at a 1,200 calorie deficit as far as 1,200 calories per day as far as eating. But I know that it's not sustainable long term, and it's very difficult for some people to do. It's not impossible, but I'm going to say 12 to 1,500. Let me say that. It is not impossible to do, but it's very difficult. But I think one of the reasons it's difficult is because most people don't know how many calories they're actually taking in per day. And I think once you get a good idea of that, then you'll be able to lose the weight. And I think the people that struggle most with that part of it is they're not aware of like the foods they're eating or how it's being cooked or processed or whatever the situation is. They're not aware of all those hidden calories that come in. For example, like sodas, you need to cut all that out. Even like diet sodas, because what happens with, let's say diet sodas or sugary like gum and things of that nature, it will make you still want, because your body thinks you're getting sugar, it'll make you want other sugars. So the hidden carbs you can get rid of. Cokes, I'd say get rid of it. Or sodas, get rid of them. Any drinks, those really sweet drinks, don't drink them right now. Drink as much water as possible. So those are the best tips I can give you right now in reference to how to get back on track. And again, if you have fallen, people fall all the time. Get back up. This is not a sprint, it's a marathon. It's going to take some time. It took some time to gain the weight. and it's going to take some time to lose the weight. That does not happen overnight. So if you have any questions, let me know. Please comment in the comment section. And again, I do apologize for not being able to get on the live, but I will be on the live for the next week. But if you want to talk to me about like any specific issues that you have not been addressed, because I'm thinking those are the only issues that I really got in reference to when I asked for comments. But if you have any specific issues, absolutely let me know. I want to help you as much as I can. And if I need to kind of work with you one-on-one on helping you kind of get some ideas of how to do this weight loss thing individually, let me know that as well, and maybe we could figure something out. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching the video. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.